Alright, welcome back. I'm on page 69, and I'm at the audiovisual part 2. The Nightline show had done a follow-up story on Maury, partly because the reception for the first show had been so strong. This time, when the cameramen and producers came through the door, they already felt like family, and Kyle himself was noticeably warmer. There was no feeling out process, no interview before the interview. As warm-up, Koppel and Maury exchanged stories about their childhood backgrounds. Koppel spoke of growing up in England, and Maury spoke of growing up in the Bronx. Maury wore a long-sleeved blue shirt. He was almost always chilly, even when it was 90 degrees outside. But Koppel removed his jacket and did the interview in shirt and tie. It was as if Maury was breaking him down, one layer at a time. "You look fine," Koppel said when the tape began to roll. "That's what everybody tells me." Maury said, "You sound fine." "That's what everybody tells me." "So, how do you know things are going downhill?" Maury sighed. "Nobody can know it but me, Ted. But I know it." As he spoke, it became obvious. He was not waving his hands to make a point as freely as he had in their first conversation. He had trouble pronouncing certain words. The L sound seemed to get caught in his throat. In a few more months, he might not even be no longer able to speak. He may not be able to speak. "Here's how my emotions go," Maury told Koppel. "When I have people and friends here, I'm very up. The loving relationships maintain me. But there are days when I am depressed. Let me not deceive you. I see certain things going, and I feel a sense of dread. What am I going to do without my hands? What happens when I can't speak? Swallowing, I don't care so much about. So they feed me through with soup. So what? But my voice, my hands, they're such an essential part of me. I talk with my voice. I gesture with my hands. This is how I give to people." "How will you give to them when you can no longer speak?" Koppel asked. Maury shrugged. "Maybe I'll have everyone ask me yes or no questions." It was such a simple answer that Koppel had to smile. He asked Maury about silence. He mentioned a dear friend Maury had, Maury Stein, who had first sent Maury's aphorisms to the Boston Globe. They had been together at Brandeis since the early 60s. Now Stein was going deaf. Koppel imagined the two men getting together one day, one unable to speak and the other unable to hear. What would that be like? "We would hold hands," Maury said, "and there will be a lot of love passing between us. Ted, we've had a 35-year relationship of friendship. You don't need speech or hearing to feel that." Before the show ended, Maury read Koppel one of the letters he'd received. Since the first Nightline program, there had been a great deal of mail. One particular letter came from a school teacher in Pennsylvania who taught a special class for 9 children. Every child in the class had suffered the death of a parent. "Here's what I sent back to her," Maury told Koppel, perching his glasses gingerly on his nose and ears. "Dear Barbara, I was very moved by your letter. I feel the work you have done with the children who have lost a parent is very important. I also lost a parent at a very early age." Suddenly, with the camera still humming, Maury adjusted the glasses. He stopped, bit his lips, and began to choke up. Tears fell down his nose. "I lost my mother when I was a child, and it was quite a blow to me. I wish I had gone to a group like yours where I would have been able to talk about my sorrows. I would have joined your group because..." His voice cracked. "Because I was so lonely." Maury, Koppel said, "that was 70 years ago that your mother died. The pain still goes on?" "You bet," Maury whispered. "All right, I'm going to stop right there, and then we're going to go into the professor."